Lexus's best-selling vehicle, the RX, check this out, just got essentially a minor refresh. Guys, we're going to go into all the improvements that the RX is getting. Now, this press release doesn't say if it's a 26 model year, but we're going to assume it's for the 2026 Lexus RX, getting these nice improvements to make it a better luxury vehicle. If you guys are a big fan of Lexus, smash the like button. And if you enjoy automotive news updates, I cover Lexus quite a bit here on the channel. In fact, we're going to have quite a few reveals by this time summer rolls around for Lexus and Toyota. So make sure you are subscribed. You don't want to miss my hands-on coverage to bring you guys some really cool reveals. All right, so let's get into this unexpected refresh essentially for the best-selling RX. Based on the always-on philosophy of tireless pursuit of evolution, this partial improvement has further advanced the high level of quietness that has been a valued feature of the RX, while also achieving a more high-quality driving experience. In terms of improving quietness, the noise around the rear seats has been reduced by reducing engine noise and adopting acoustic glass for the rear door windows, providing a comfortable sense of quietness. In terms of driving performance, the driving characteristics have been changed to improve controllability and pursue a pleasant acceleration feeling. In addition, the chassis settings have been optimized to reduce the vehicle's up and down movement, resulting in a high quality ride with a flat feel. No one likes a pogo stick for a luxury vehicle. In addition, dynamic rear steering has been expanded to the all-wheel drive vehicles of the RX450h Plus and the RX350h, which is my favorite RX, the 350h. It's the best bang for your buck RX. I know we're talking about luxury, bang for your buck doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's really, really good. And this dynamic rear steering ensures excellent maneuverability and stability at high speeds, but I would say it also improves your turning radius at low speeds. I've driven the rear wheel steering models in the 500 HF Sport Performance. All right, make sure to check out my reviews on those. Before we get any further, I just want to state that this is coming from Toyota's global newsroom, this press release. All right, there's no mention of it at the European newsroom. There's also no mention of it at the Lexus North American newsroom. And because this is mentioned on the Japanese site, doesn't mean we're going to get all these improvements for the North American model. All right, they're probably talking about the RX that's built in Japan here. Most of the RXs we get are built in Cambridge, Ontario. I believe that's where they build these. Okay. So the chances of this model changing from Japan to the Canadian made ones, they're not zero, but it's probably like everything we're reading here. I'd say I'd give it a 90% chance of carryover to the North American made models. All right, so let's move on to the additional improvements. In terms of interior design, interior illumination has been added to the front of the console. In addition, increased brightness has been achieved to create a more high quality interior space. White has been added to the interior color options for the F-Sport Performance and F-Sport. The high contrast color scheme of white and black creates a luxurious and sporty interior space. In terms of exterior design, 21-inch tires and wheels are now available as a manufacturer option for the L, or the version L. Keep in mind, the version L is a type of package that they have in Japan. It's not an RX350L, for example, that they made for a few years. That three-row vehicle essentially has been replaced by the Lexus TX. In terms of major equipment, the LCD meter has been changed to 12.3 inches, improving visibility of the meter panel and creating a space where the driver can concentrate more on driving. I put an asterisk to this, okay? The 12.3-inch screen is what it deserves. It's really pretty, and it's getting it standard, it seems like. The issue I have with these 12-inch screens for Toyota and Lexus, they're a bit finicky to customize. Yes, it's like having 3 screens on one screen and you customize each one individually. And then on top of that, there are 3 different presets. It's very difficult to learn, I would say. And the best way to customize your screen is sitting still, because it can be infuriating while you're trying to do it while driving, if that makes sense. Anyways, in terms of advanced safety equipment, the RX350h F Sport comes standard with advanced driving technology Lexus Teammate with advanced park function. Now we're going to take a deep dive on some of these changes, which is I love this stuff. I soak it up. So we already know that they changed some of the chassis, but here's the deep dive on it. The shock absorber damping force has been improved, or finely tuned, I should say, as well as the adaptive variable suspension control constant. We also have an electric power steering control constant that has been improved, which reduces the vehicle's up and down movement, resulting in a flat quality ride. It's very stable. To improve drivability, the driving force characteristics of the 500h have been changed. The 500h is very expensive. It's not my number one recommendation for the RX. The 350h is definitely there, but I'm glad that they're making the improvements here, albeit small. They might make a huge impact on drivability. So the accelerator for the 500h, the controllability has been improved at low openings when the accelerator is pressed down. The powerful and responsive acceleration of a parallel hybrid system is realized, while the initial responsive deceleration has been improved, improving ease of vehicle control. Good. So the vehicle's more predictable to drive. In the RX plug-in hybrid and the normal hybrid, the 450h Plus and the 350h, the way in which the driving force characteristics are expressed in relation to the opening of the accelerator has been changed, improving response and controllability in pursuit of a ride which the vehicle responds obediently to the driver's inputs. I'm very fascinated to see how the gas pedal is going to feel now. The dynamic rear steering is now available on the RX plug-in hybrid. Again, it was only available on the 500h previously, at least for our market. So it's now available on the plug-in hybrid and the standard hybrid, in addition to the 500h. I want my Lexus 9 times out of 10 to be really quiet. So what have they done here? Well, the engine noise has been reduced by increasing the surface area of the dash inner silencer and adding sound absorbing material to the instrument panel. Furthermore, noise around the rear seats, like we mentioned earlier, is being reduced by the addition of acoustic glass and adding vibration dampening and sound absorbing materials over the rear body, resulting in a comfortable sense of silence. I cannot wait to see how quiet, I cannot wait to hear how quiet the new RX is. In the RX 500h, engine noise has been reduced by reviewing engine control. In addition, the tuning of the active sound control, which creates a comfortable driving space with driving controls that correspond to the vehicle's driving conditions, has been revamped. When sport mode is selected, a sound is added when decelerating, and the direction from which the sound is heard is also tuned to achieve a more realistic sound. Interesting. All right, so note taken, when I drive the RX 500h next, I need to put it in sport mode, especially to see what it sounds like. Now, earlier in the article, they mentioned Lexus Teammate, but this is not the autonomous driving that's going to be added to certain models. This essentially already exists, I believe, on the RX, but they don't call it this in the United States. I think they just called it Advanced Park with the remote function. Lexus Teammate in the United States, as far as I'm aware, that's the more autonomous driving that we see on the LS hybrid, which has it just been discontinued? I don't remember. It's either that or the LC hybrid. Maybe both of them been discontinued. But the Lexus Teammate, it's the autonomous driving is not coming to the RX. Okay, this is just talking about their advanced park with remote function. I don't like advanced park. I don't enjoy the cars parking themselves. There's too much. It requires too much work on my part to just get the vehicle set up to park itself. And all that time, I could have easily parked it myself. So I don't believe there's any differences with the powertrain. Now, I also want to get you guys kind of excited as well, is that this year, the battery plant in North Carolina goes live. And that's going to be able to supply more hybrid battery packs for the RX350 that's made here. And for the RX 500h that is made here. These batteries, though, for the 500h might actually get shipped in from Japan, because this is a bipolar nickel metal hydride battery. I'm not quite sure if they have battery production for in the United States. But What I'm trying to say is that the RX450h will finally be able to be built for North America because of the battery plant coming online in North Carolina. So that means RX450h will be much more widely available. The problem is there's no additional benefit to this powertrain on paper compared to like a RAV4 Prime. And the problem I have with that, it's like it costs $30,000 more. It's like this is like an $80,000 RX, the 450h Plus. Where the 350h, it's lighter, it's a little bit more nimble. You get a not quite the same acceleration, but it's good enough. And you get really good fuel economy on this still, the RX 350h. Objectively, yes, the 450h is better, and I like it more than the 500h, but it's really, really expensive. They're hard to find for now. And the RX 350h is the sweetie out of the bunch. I am going to shut it down there. I'm sure you guys are excited about the updates to the RX. It's kind of a refresh. It's, I think the biggest improvement is going to be the sound isolation and the improved driving dynamics, whether that's the tuning of how the vehicles, especially the hybrids, feel under the acceleration. This thing is getting very, very refined at this point, okay? And hopefully we don't see a big rise in prices. So time will tell, though. I mean, the RX has gotten a lot more expensive since I was selling Lexus back in 2020. The RX 5th generation, this latest RX generation has gotten quite a big price hike, especially because it starts around $50,000. And when I was working for Lexus, you could get like a fully loaded RX for the mid 50s. Not the case anymore, nowhere close. But I'm going to shut it down there. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more Toyota Lexus coverage here on the channel. Peace out.